if Kamala had just won, would your answer be different?
No.
Oh, okay. You'd still be like, fuck the
I just
democracy.
don't like the U.S.
Wait, what?
You just prefer the South Korean democracy?
I just don't like the U.S.
Why?
I never have.
Why?
I've lived abroad before, and
Why don't you like the U.S.?
The people here and the culture here and the government
But South Korea is an American port. I mean, they literally imported all of the values of America. They have the same democracy. They have the same types of constitutional rights. Like, it's basically an American port.
It's a lot more conservative, though.
The culture is different, though.
It's very different.
Yes.
Yeah.
What about America do you dislike?
I just don't like, in all, the way the government does things
like what?
Here. The police forces.
What about the police?
Not that I don't like the police. I have plenty of friends who are policemen and policewomen.
Do you think we should defund the police?
Not defund. It's just like better training needs to happen.
Okay. What are your objections, though, when it comes to the police? Just they're not trained well?
Systematic racism.
Systematic racism? Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's not a
more
problem with South Korean police at all. That's like, they're like known for it. Just like Japanese police are literally known for it. It's one of the most common things that Asian police forces are known for, is being the most racist on planet Earth.
And when I see that with my own eyes, then I'll have a different opinion on that. But I have seen countless of my friends shot by police officers.
You've seen? Wait, hold on.
Do you know Johnny
No,
Somali?
you haven't. You're full of it. You haven't seen countless of your friends shot by cops.
You've seen with your
Yes.
own eyes. You've been what do you mean seen?
I have seen a couple of my friends get shot with my own
No,
eyes.
you
And then
haven't.
I've
No, you
heard
haven't
plenty of
seen
my
that.
friends
Okay.
who've
Okay,
gotten-
I'll tell you what. I've got a $500 right now. If you could give the scenario of where you can prove that you were somewhere where you physically watched your friend get shot by cops, Brian pulls it up, I'll give you $500 right now.
Why would there be a video of it?
Well, it's pretty high profile when somebody gets shot by the police.
Not in
right?
the area that some people live in.
Yeah,
It's not.
even in predominantly black areas, it's still actually rare that black men get shot by police. Very rare.
They have body cams too, the police. So.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of those.
Wait, so
are
you
not
were
revealed.
hanging out, like when you say you've seen, because some people might use the word seen, like I knew somebody and they were shot, but I didn't see it. You saw it with your own eyes. You were there with them.
I have seen probably 2 people with my own eyes.
Get
but
shot
then
by
I have
police.
seen in passing, as in like heard from everyone, seen it.
So you've seen.
No, you haven't.
You've seen-
You haven't seen anybody get shot. What? It's at least 2, not just 1. You had to go with the 2. So now it's like there's one really rare event that almost nobody ever witnesses. You just happened to see it twice. Or with your own eyes. It's like, just stop.
Are you
listen, you're embarrassing yourself. Literally,
It
you're
might be
embarrassing
rare
yourself.
for
Just stop.
you.
Where are you
It's
from?
rare for everybody.
The mean streets of Santa Monica?
Jennings, Missouri.
Jennings, Missouri. I'm not familiar with Jennings, Missouri. Wait, but so are you counting taser, or are you saying
No, like shot at, yes.
shot at?
Shot
Were they
at.
hit?
One of them was.
Shot at
Yes.
with a gun.
Yes.
Huh. I don't know how it goes. Maybe Missouri. I don't know. Missouri's kind of crazy, not gonna lie. Maybe it's true, Andrew. It is Missouri, after all. You were there. Did you get shot too?
No.
You didn't get shot?
No.
Was it the man who got shot?
The man? What do you mean?
Were you with a man or a woman? Who got shot? A man?
I was in a group of friends, and one of the guys got shot.
Was he white or black?
Black.
Or Asian? Or Latino?
Black.
Or Polynesian? Or indigenous? Or
None
Native
of
American?
those extra ones.
He was black?
Yes.
But you said 2 shootings. Was the other guy also black?
Yes.
This was the same
Very
day?
racist. This is
No.
a very racist.
Oh.
Okay. Did they make it? Are they okay? Or?
One of them had to get treated. Like I said, one of them actually got hit. One of them was not hit, but they were shot at.
Did he run away or what happened? The other guy who didn't get shot, but got shot
The
at.
guy who got shot at.
Yeah. Is he okay?
It wasn't, I don't think that one was meant to hit them.
It was like a warning shot?
I don't know what I'd call it, to be honest.
Are you sure it was a police officer, not like gangbanging?
No, I'm very sure it was a police officer, outfit police officer.
What was the crime that the two men were like accused of or alleged to have committed? Because usually cops don't like just start blasting like for no reason. Did they have guns on them?
No. We were all roughhousing.
You were roughhousing. How old
Roughhousing
were
is
you
in like
guys when this happened?
13.
The cops were shooting at 13-year-olds.
We were 13-ish, yeah.
And so the cops drew guns on
Cop, singular.
singular cop, like a mall cop or like a cop.
We were in this area. There's this like almost abandoned parking lot next to where I lived,
Where
and
all
we'd all hang
rebellious
out
kids
there.
hung out.
And we just like we all did fighting sports, so we would legitimately be fighting each other.
It was like Fight Club.
Kind
for
of.
13-year-olds.
We even, as a child, we used to have rock fights, and we just get rocks and swing them at each other.
Gnarly. Wait, so okay, cop pulls up. He's like pulls out the blicky and just starts blasting.
It's not like they started blasting
Starts
at them.
blasting.
They shot at them.
Shot.
Yeah, it wasn't
What
like
was the crime they were being accused? Like, what it?
And
Violence.
mind you, can we just point a couple of stats out here for Jennings, Missouri? That the entirety of the population of Jennings, Missouri is 12,895 people. It's extremely tiny. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's-
And
yeah.
do you know, if you had to take a guess, how many police shootings would you say that there were last year in Jennings, Missouri?
I have not lived in Missouri since I was a child, so.
Okay,
I
what
don't
year
know.
did this happen so I can look up the stats and how many police shootings there
This
were?
happened?
It wasn't
I was-
reported, Andrew. It wasn't reported.
Yeah.
No, if an officer discharged his weapon at somebody, it was reported.
It was.
It's
For sure.
not
It was a
always
corrupt
reported, no.
police station.
The corrupt cops went out and just started willy-nilly discharging their weapons at people, and you
at
happened to be in the
13-year-olds.
room at the time.
They were blasting at the 13-year-olds.
Not the wording I used, but
In like a violent.
This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life. That's just completely ridiculous.
Are you sure like they didn't just shut their car door loudly and you guys thought it sounded like gunshots?
no, we know what gunshots sounded like.
Yeah. Did you carry back when you were 13 or?
I used to go shooting with my family.
What? So the gun just the cop pulls up to a bunch of 13-year-olds in their fight club and just starts blasting. Was he blasting like? Was he trying to hit someone specific, or he was just like kind of like, fuck it, if they die, they die?
I'm not them, so I wouldn't personally know what was going
Wait.
through their head.
What do you mean them?
I
Like,
say them when
what
I refer to
pronouns?
anyone
like
that I
they,
don't
them?
know.
Are you talking they them?
No.
Am I to assume that this 13-year-old went to the hospital at least?
To the hospital?
Well, one of
Yes.
them missed.
Yeah, one of them was not actually hit.
Okay, which one was it? Was it the 13-year-old?
They got like grazed in the arm. It wasn't a serious.
So
Right.
did they go to the hospital?
They went to the doctors, yes.
Like
They
The
went to
vet?
the hospital. So by law, if there's a shooting of this type, the hospitals have to immediately report it to the police department. And so we would have a record. If you give me the year, I can actually source it and find out if there was any
I have
13-year-olds who were
reported
shot that
plenty
year
of
because the
things.
hospital reported it.
to the police that never anything ever happened out of
Wait, I got to
that.
read this really quick before it falls off. Law Paladin says, bro, chicks are never happy. 80% of infinity, still infinity. You could give them like Chris Hemsworth and it wouldn't be enough for any woman. For those of you women who said 80% not acceptable, although we had some pretty open-minded women here. So do we want to continue with the
Yeah,
inquiry?
I want to continue.
You want to continue about the
I would
inquiry?
like to know this.
The cop shooting inquiry.
So this 13-year-old, he was grazed. He went to the hospital, and you're saying that the hospital never reported it to the police department.
He went to a doctor.
Was
he
it
did
a
not
vet?
go. No.
Like one of those
Yeah,
like
a doctor
criminal
would also
doctors.
have to report a gunshot-related injury to the police by law.
You know those like shifty places that aren't really legal doctors, but they know how to do some stuff?
Like it's a
So
vet.
you took him to a veterinarian, did you?
Yeah, it was like a vet doctor who like
You took him to a veterinarian. And
Like Breaking Bad.
It was like in a casino, right? Like you get popped, right? Paulie gets popped, and you take him over to the veterinarian, and the veterinarian removes the bullets and sews him up, and then away he goes. Like it was like that.
No, like those people who are operating out of a weird building who don't actually have a license to be doing what they're doing.
some meth heads.
I mean, I don't know what they are, but
Those
Yeah,
are my
I know.
favorite
I
kind
know
of
exactly what you're
doctors.
talking about. I've
Meth
often
head
seen
doctors.
unlicensed doctor buildings where you can go in and have bullet holes removed from you. Said nobody ever in the history of all of my lifetime anyway. It's just, by the way, if I'm wrong, quick show of hands. How many of you have ever gone and visited one of these shifty, unlicensed doctors whose job is to remove bullet wounds from people?
You know what?
Anybody? Show of hands? Show of hands? Anybody?
I actually take her word for it. I've been to Jennings, Missouri, and it's rough out there. In Jennings, okay, Andrew, let's not downplay the mean streets of Jennings, because you might catch a beef. You're in Michigan, Andrew. You might catch a beef in one of these gangbangers in Jennings, Missouri. They don't fuck around. Like, you're disrespecting the J boys. Wait, the Jennings boys. The Jennings boys. Andrew. The Jennings boys. Like, that's the gang. Is that the gang? What's the name of the gang from Jennings? It's the Jennings boys, and then also the never mind. Okay.